broadcast and stream are for informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional advice. We are not responsible for any losses, damages, or liabilities that may arise from the use of this podcast. The intent is not to replace professional advice. The opinions or views expressed do not necessarily reflect or represent the host's views. Such views are merely opinions expressed. Other terms are: this broadcast shouldn't be used in any professional capacity whatsoever.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey,
What up?
What's that?
What they do?
Yeah.
What's going on, fellas?
Yeah, we back. We back in this thing. Do I look good with the hat on, or should I take it off?
Don't take it off.
Well, I'm never gonna put another black man down, but in your case, man, you look ugly as hell with that hat.
Why you take the hat off?
Hey,
Yeah,
take
that damn hat off.
But I got another hat. I got my other hat right here. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that looks good. That looks good right there.
That look better.
Where you get them hats from? Bucky's or some shit? You got them from Bucky's or something?
Nah.
And why the brim on the motherfuckers bit the fuck up?
Him, baby. I gotta
wearing them,
my
man.
show because I gotta reset the password.
Man.
Anyhow,
Man,
man, welcome.
I gotta wait. Yeah.
Welcome to the formula. We got your host here, Michael Grady, with Gary Smoot and Vincent Bird. Welcome to another episode. We had to talk about something in regards to what we was discussing earlier the week. If y'all check the show out from previous, we had an interesting topic, but tonight's topic is definitely going to be something for the relationship people, and we're gonna give you our insight on how we feel about certain situations in relationships. With the fact that Mr. Bird himself came up with the interesting topic. Bird, why don't you tell them what we're going to talk about tonight on the forum, please?
Well, first, before we jump into the topic, I just want to say how y'all fellas doing. Hi, both of you look good.
Thanks.
I know that.
I know, Smoot. You had a visitor this past weekend. From last time we talked, you had your baby came down, and you told me she spent the weekend with you, and I ain't talked to you since then. So, no, how'd that go with you? How that went?
Oh, it was lovely.
Okay.
Lovely. I'm talking about no complaints at all. Feel me? No complaints.
Okay.
Her scent it lingers. It's still in the air. Feel me?
Okay. I hope that's a good scent of love and not must.
Beautiful scent. Her scent is still lingers. Feel me? Nice
okay.
full scent. Yeah.
Okay.
She came out like that, didn't she? She came out like that, didn't she?
Yeah, there you go.
No. Hey. Anyway, let's just get on with the topic.
All right, Dad. Grady, and what about you? I know you've been off these last 2 days. How you been doing?
Man. For the most part, man, I've been grinding like shit, man. You already know. Of course, you guys know the situation. Not gonna put that shit out there, but y'all already know what the boy been dealing with. But it's been handled. It's been handled, and like I'm saying, I'm celebrating. Yeah,
that's good.
I'm pulling the Lionel Richie celebration. After we do this show, I'm definitely going to celebrate because it's long overdue. A long time coming.
All right.
Like Sam Cooke said.
Yeah, you told me earlier when we talked on the phone that you had some good news. You was smiling from cheek to cheek, act like you just bought your brand new pair of Jordans. You was happy, boy. You was like a, a kid with a fat kid in the candy store, boy. You was happy as I don't know what.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
Well,
But at the end of the day, the people that's going to get affected by it, this is what I think about them. Yeah. So that's how I feel about them. But anyhow, let's not talk about this. Let's go ahead and get started with the show, man. Let's
for
tell
sure,
the
for
people
sure.
what
All
we're
right,
talking
so
about.
let's see. I approached y'all with two topics, and since this show is gonna be about relationship, last show we kind of talked about sports, and I felt bad because we let smooth out the conversation a lot because he's not a big sport fan, so we don't spin the block on this show and we don't talk about relationships. So the first topic I'm gonna want to bring to y'all is submission, and this is a hot topic too. So the topic is we don't talk about submission and it gets twisted in control of domination instead of mutual respect. So when you submit to your partner, and why is submission still misunderstood and is it weaponized in this culture?
Hmm.
So pretty much when you in a relationship with your partner or your significant other, he or she, it's this taboo saying that they have to submit to the
Yeah,
dominant.
I'm like he or she. Ain't nothing but a bunch of men on this show. What we
Look, I'm being
doing,
PC.
man?
I'm being
Come on,
PC.
bro. We
I
already
said,
started off on the
no,
wrong.
I'm being PC. I said, and when you're in a relationship with over he or she or
Well,
whoever you may be.
ain't none of us.
Yeah, no, not even close, Bird. Not
Yeah,
even
ain't none
close.
of us cross the
Eh,
tracks. You feel me?
Well, okay.
Ain't none of us being no bottoms or nothing.
Facts.
Right.
Let me rephrase that. When you're in a relationship with a female, since both
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
that's much better. That's much
yeah.
better.
okay,
Thank you. Let's clear
thank
the
you.
air. Clear the
Yeah,
air.
you say, hey, for y'all, y'all.
Yeah, for y'all, for y'all,
Damn. Like,
yeah,
what?
for y'all that in relationships with females. I'm sorry,
All
for
right.
y'all that's in relationships with
He already made us
females.
part of the Rainbow Coalition. Like, go ahead.
For
Come
y'all
on, man.
though, with in relationships with the opposite sex,
Okay.
it's an old taboo saying that your partner has to submit to you. Now, Deacon Duron, you can quote me from this. It's a saying in the Bible that your partner should submit to you. That being that when you're in a relationship, you're the king of your household, you're the king of that relationship, you're a man in that relationship. So the question I want to ask to both of y'all: do you feel like your partner should submit to you in the relationship, or should it be 50-50, or should she submit to certain things?
Smooth, I'm gonna let you take the lead on that.
What you got, Smooth? What you think about that?
Well, that Bible scripture that you brought up, that's in the New Testament, and that's in Ephesians chapter 5, verses 22 through
Here we
24.
go. Here we
And
go.
There we
Got
go.
to
it
start.
says,
Got to start.
Preach,
wives,
brother. Preach, Bishop.
Go ahead, brother. Like,
wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands and everything. But this is where people forget to talk about. In the next verse, it say, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it.
Facts.
So a lot of people don't they just say wives submit and just beat that down, but they don't never say the next verse where it says, and husbands, love your wives and give yourself, love them to the point where you would even give your life for your wife. People pass over that a lot and
Hmm.
just roll and just want to steamroll with submit wives. They say submit, why, but they don't read the whole. They don't read the whole thing. That's why the Lord said, "My people perish for lack of knowledge." Anyways, Grady, you go ahead and you take this. I'm gonna jump on this thing later. I want to hear what the shadiest of the bunch and what Birdman got to say. Then I'm gonna come on in from the back. You know what I'm talking about?
all right.
Well, pause. First off, pause. No,
Yeah,
yeah,
big
first off,
pause.
pause.
Big
Yeah,
pause on that.
yeah. Pause. While you drinking your orange crush over there.
Right, right. Damn, that nigga they drinking some damn. That nigga they drinking some Lipton. But nah. But truth be told, man, like I got my own opinion on it. Now, far as being submissive, and it's funny you brought up the fact 50-50, Bird. Like your situation is just that 50-50 because you're married. Now with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not married. I'm not going to sit here and give 50% to somebody who is not on my like equal with me though, far as us being together in a mutual marriage. Like you and your wife, y'all do things together. That's what you're supposed to do. But let's just say if I give my all to somebody that I've been dating, and it's not guaranteed that it's really going anywhere. I mean, it's looking good on the surface, but
Uh huh.
what if I give out you? Okay, I'm gonna give you a perfect example then. So let's say I was dating this woman, right? Knowing her for like what 2 3 months, and all of a sudden she came to me and said, you know what, my rent is due. I need $1,400. First of all, I just known you for 2 3 months, and you come. This is the first question. What the fuck are you doing with your money? First of all. Second of all, you just come out of the blue and just tell me that you need this type of money. I ain't even known you for a year. Why would I even do that? That's just my. I'm not gonna do it. I know Smoot ain't gonna do it because he ain't got it. But at the end of the day, at the end of the damn day, bro, all thing I'm saying is this: if you're gonna sit here and play with me and play with my emotions, like I know people believe in love at first sight. I don't know how y'all feel about that. Obviously, Gary believe in that because he fell for that.
Yeah, I believe in
But
love at first sight. I believe
but
it.
the fact is this, man. We both been in relationships where we had women played us. All right, we've been played. I've been played so many fucking times to the point to where when I see that shit coming a mile away, I go the opposite way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
I believe in love at first sight too. I still believe in love at first sight.
mhm. But the thing is though, man, like I said, I'm not gonna fully be fully submissive to my lady unless she's my wife. I can't be fully submissive to somebody who can be for the street still.
Okay,
You know
I
what I'm saying?
understand that.
Cause she could dip out and just leave, and then I'm out here looking stupid as fuck.
Okay,
And I
so
don't.
what? Go ahead, Grady. I'm gonna finish.
No,
I
no,
got a
go ahead,
caveat. Also,
go ahead. Let me hear
you're
the
saying you're
caveat.
not gonna be submissive to her fully, but why being submit? Why not in the bed? Are you don't be
Oh, and the bed
submissive?
is and the bed is a totally different thing. It's a
Uh
different
huh.
thing. See, I'm speaking for Gemini Nation out here. Gemini Nation, we bona fide freaks, nigga. We definitely we keep it gutty in the bed, bro. All right. It's a different thing. Like we can. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, listen to KI. Hey yo, and he don't mean KID backwards because that means dick. So I ain't gonna sit there. I'm not gonna sit there and be called that. All right.
Salute the Doom
No,
coming through. What's
no,
up, Doom?
What up, boy? Nah, yeah, the G, yeah. Okay, that's much better. That's much better. Man, fuck you, man. You Paul Bunny looking motherfucker. Anyway, the whole point I'm saying is this, man. Like I said, I personally cannot be submissive unless I got a ring on that finger, and it better be one on mine because when you got what up, dudes?
what up,
Because
Dooms?
when you got me, bro, like I'm all the way in. I'm 100%. I'm 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part of being submissive. When you're submissive, you're giving everything to the other half. But guess what? When you fucking with Grady, he expect that same thing in return because he want that shit reciprocated, if not more. Because I'm a greedy ass nigga. Yeah. He wanted somebody. He want to come on. Hey man, we got Jessica waiting on your ass. We got
Yeah,
we got Jessica. You gotta ask her. Hey, you gotta ask Jessica. You gotta ask Jessica, dude. You gotta ask Jessica because she on
Send
your
Doom the
shit.
link. Send Doom the link.
Let me
Uh,
see. Let me see. No, but
this
go ahead.
this
That's my part though, Bird.
all right. This my opinion on it. And I believe that me and my wife are more of a open-minded, foreign-thinking couple or relationship. We do a lot of things that the typical marriage doesn't do, and the typical couple don't do. Because once we're a blended family, for one, and two, we
You
have
sound
two
like
different
Shannon Sharp when
cultures.
you said that.
Huh?
You sound like Shannon Sharp when you said that, man.
Oh, but look, Stephen A. I didn't know she was 25. I did
That
not know she was
motherfucker,
25.
that motherfucker said blended family. He said blended family.
It did with the blended family, Stephen A. It was blended. Because you know what my grandma say, if you don't blend that mix all the way up, that cake ain't don't cook.
There you go. There you go.
But
That motherfucker had his Irken jerk.
but when it comes to submission, I feel like you shouldn't submit to your partner in the obedience dominance way. And what I mean by that is if you and your partner have an understanding, whoever and y'all come into a relationship that this is an understanding, this is an agreement, I don't think submission should be questioned. Now, will she, I won't say bend the knee, or will she, yeah, that's a man's lane. A man should do so and so and so and so. Woman should do so and so, so and so. At the end of the day, my wife ain't gonna get out there and change no tire. if I'm in the house. My wife ain't don't get up and come check the doors at night and make sure the doors are locked and make sure the house is safe. She over here, she laughing now because she always getting on to me like, make sure to check the doors. But as a man, certain things we just do automatically. Like I don't expect her to be locked and loaded with the 9 if an intruder comes in the house. Like,
if I don't, shit, if he got to drop on me, she better lay some slugs in that motherfucker.
I mean, I expect her to exit stage left with her and the kids and let me take care of the, certain things as a role. But when it comes to submission, I don't think you have to submit to me because at the end of the day, I'm gonna stay in one of the bishop lines. I want to submit to God. My will is to my Lord and Savior, if you believe in that. So I don't. No person or man shouldn't have to submit to another individual. Doom then popped up. You don't think I've submitted to you? But I think Doom, look at you now.
Doom's in this thing.
You just got out the yard.
There you go. Bring it. There you go.
Oh my God, here we go, man.
But I do feel that you should, I won't say give to your wife, but you should have certain things that you should accept. Like she'll accept certain things for me and accept my role, and I accept certain things for her. Now that doesn't mean she submit because she has her opinion. But at the end of the day, if I'm firm on what I want or what I'm gonna say, I mean, she's what she don't say. She don't say yay, nay.
Let me ask you this: then who's the captain and who's the lieutenant?
What?
Who's the captain and the lieutenant?
She household 6. Yeah, but at the end of the day, look, she household 6. But at the end of the day, I'm still Big T. I'm still Big T.
Good answer, nigga.
Yeah.
Look, the whole time she probably got that motherfucking. I wish your bitch ass would.
Hey boy, keep looking to the side like she.
Look, Doom, I know you ain't talking. Coming on here with a freaking stocking cap on your head and got damn bit of wave. Damn bit of wave. Looking like freaking.
I keep this motherfucker on because I ain't got no haircut.
Looking like Lawrence Fishburne from Harlem. Like that student ice. Miles Mabley.
Hey, just like the rest of you niggas, stand up when you talk to me.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Right. But we don't go ahead and pass the question to you, Dome, since you hopped on. We talking about submission and so you submit to your partner. What you think about?
I believe in the traditional gender roles because it's because of the way I grew up. My grandparents grew up fully traditional. My grandmother took care of the house. My grandfather, all he did was work, come home, gave the check to my grandmother, and he stepped away. So I tried to follow the same philosophy, but it's hard if you don't have the type of woman that you can count on like that. It depends on the type of female that you have in your life. That you feel like, okay, well, if I'm going to be the protector, the provider, I'm going to be everything that I'm supposed to be. The woman in my life needs to be X, Y, Z. And again, it's on a spectrum because depending on the type of relationship you have with that person, those things can be interchangeable. Things can be moved around a little bit to fit what works best for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to the man should be the man, the woman should be the woman. But what goes on between y'all two, how y'all have your household and how things work a certain way. Like me, I don't wash dishes. That's just something I just refuse to do. I'm not doing it. It's never going to happen. But there might be.
It's never going to happen.
He said it's never going to happen.
Is that not going to happen? Is that not going to happen because you ain't got a dishwasher?
No, I got dishwasher. All that. The thing is, I'm not washing dishes. It's just something that I have because from growing up. I refuse to do them.
I feel you, though. I feel you. So I don't do laundry because I don't do laundry. I don't touch laundry.
Damn, I don't do laundry.
No, by the grace of God, my wife washes and folds all my clothes for me.
Oh wow, okay.
And while I was married, I did my own laundry. I had no problem doing my own laundry. You know what I mean? Right. So it depends on the situation you got going on with your significant other. But I do fully believe in I want my wife to be fully submissive to me. Mm-hmm. Like we can have our little back and forth stuff, but when I put my foot down, that's the end of it. That means my word is the end all be all.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
I like that. Yeah.
You know,
Dylan,
like,
I wanna ask you a question. You mentioned gender roles in this day and age and dealing with a modern woman. Grady laughing. He about to say something.
No.
What?
Go ahead,
Dealing
keep
with
going.
a I say a modern woman. More women feel like they're the man in the relationship, and that the man is the female in the relationship. I hear a lot of women on social media, and there's a lot of my white friends saying that they feel like they're the man because they man or whoever they dating with is not necessary. You know, he's not the man in the relationship. He's necessary. He was raised in a single parent household and he was a mama's baby and the mom did everything, or he didn't have that father figure growing up. So he's necessary, don't have the tools to actually be the man in the relationship. So how do you feel about women being more masculine? Well, masculine, being a man. Thank you, babe.
Masculine,
Thank you. Appreciate you, Smooth. Thank you. And just not having that female role.
well, it was something that I saw that I totally like get behind. How these? I don't do all of that, but how do these women, these women growing up with single moms, they don't know how to be wise because their moms weren't one.
Yeah.
How are you going to grow up to be somebody's wife when you never saw what it was like to be one? You didn't have the role model to show you what it's like to be the type of woman that you need to be when it comes to being with a man. Vice versa, the same thing. You got single moms trying to raise a man, but they're raising these boys to be single women.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's case by case though, because I think it's case by case, and I think it's cultural too. It's because I know
culture.
From the Black House, from day one, if you come from a multi, if you have more than 3 kids or 4 or 5 kids, that oldest kid, girl or boy, was the freaking second mom and dad. Mom and dad went to work, and that oldest child made sure them siblings did their homework. They made sure they got put to bed. And it took them from not being a child.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't ask them at the age of 10 or 9 to watch their little brother, and you out here running the streets, or you out here doing whatever, and you taking that. Oh damn! What the hell going on over there?
What the hell?
What the hell?
What the hell?
I'm like,
So,
damn.
So you can't ask these kids to step into a adult role and be an adult and still not treat them as an adult and still treat them as a kid when they feel like they're doing all the adult roles. Then, because that's trauma, and trauma carries over into relationships. So because we all have trauma, and it's this key word called about trauma bond. You find another partner and you trauma bonded because y'all share the same trauma. But especially being black kids, we grew up with trauma in the hood. I mean, that's just something we just live to deal with. Shit, you went to school. School was your job back in the day. You did not miss a day of school. You went to school from sun up to sundown because your mom and dad couldn't afford to have you at home. And God forbid if you got sick, you was staying with grandma watching General House or Days of Our Lives. Yeah.
All my children.
All my children. No. General House. If you didn't have that, if you didn't have that good cable, you were stealing it from your neighbor next door.
They tell you have to be quiet till the commercial come on.
Yep. And she'll give you a Sprite and some Tussie and tell your ass to sit on that sofa and not get up until your mama come home. So we share that but now my kids, well, my daughter, I know if she needs a day from school, just a mental day, I tell her not to go. Back in the day, I didn't have that privilege. I went to school every day because my parents couldn't afford to not to go to school. So I think that trauma carries over into your relationship. And I think it just case by case and culture too. It just goes to different culture, different things. Because my wife, God bless her heart, she lost her father at a young age. And my mother-in-law had to step up and raise 3 girls by herself. So, but she still seen the role of what a woman do, how a woman treats a man, and she had male figures in her life like her grandfather and stuff. So she had, those elements, but I think it's just different culture and different scenarios that can play into that. What you think, Smooth? I know me and Dome been talking, but what's your input on it?
As far as what submission.
Yeah, the submission.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, a lot of women don't submit to certain men. Number one, because they don't respect them. So I've seen
Mhm.
women hook up with a guy who has money and makes them feel like a queen and showers them, and they don't respect them. Then they hook up with a guy who has no money, no license, no job, and they respect him and wait on him hand and foot.
Mhm.
So the thing is that, and when he's talking, they don't say anything, and they start back talking once he gives them the okay. So I think it's based on the woman and it's based on the man. And at the end of the day, you know, some men put women on pedestals and worship them to the point where now you're giving off too much feminine energy. You're letting
Mhm.
them know that without you, I'm nothing, and they're going to run circles around your ass, and they just stop respecting. And so it goes to certain gender roles. When you come into that relationship, what are you? It's certain things that are said without being said, and a woman is going to continue to try you and try that line and try to see what she can get away with when it comes in conversations or when it comes with money or when it just comes to just basic whatever. It's innately built in them since Eve to try you. Okay. Now, at the end of the day, when it comes to a man, you got to stand firm in your essence of who you are as a man, with that masculine energy, with that core of who you are. So when it comes to a woman, when she looks at you and when she talks to you, does she look you straight in your eyes, or does she look at you like fuck out of here? You ain't. When you talking with a woman, does she lower her voice, or does she, is she really attentive listening to you to
Mhm.
really learn from you or glean from you? Are you a natural leader for her? Have you shown her that you can lead her? Have you shown her that you can protect her? Like
But a
different
lot of
situations.
a lot of that is cultural too.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
lot of
so
that is cultural.
a lot of situations come where you're in a relationship with a woman or in a situation with a woman, and you might not protect her in that situation. That's already one strike. Then in the next situation or whatever comes, she looking for, okay, let me see if he gonna hold me down. He
See
don't.
if he can redeem himself.
Yeah.
See if he can
Another
redeem
strike.
himself. Yeah.
So now, okay, we in a relationship, or fuck it, we might even be married. Damn, I'm with this dude, he can't even protect me. Then or whatever, they start having resentment. Then or whatever, you start talking, they talking over you. They start cussing your ass out in front of people. It's a series of events that can lead to, I don't want to submit to you. You don't deserve my submission. You don't deserve to be my leader. You don't deserve to be my man. So I think, yeah, some things can be cultural. I know within the African American community, which is what I'm a part of,
No,
yeah,
no, you're not. I thought you was from Belize.
no. I just visited there. But within the African American community, yes, there
But
are a lot of women.
there's some communities like the dark skin and the light skin communities.
Well,
So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes. But within the African American community, yeah, you have certain women who say I don't need to submit to a man. I'm going to talk the way I want to talk. I'm gonna act the way I want to act. I'm the boss, bitch. I'm a this and that, whoop de whoop. But within the culture, unfortunately, a lot of those women, they hook up with men who are a little bit more weaker or more display a little bit more feminine energy, or they end up dying alone, or they end up becoming lesbians. So the thing is that at the end of the day, yes, within the African American community, yes, do we have women who love talking down to men and who love lording themselves over men and who are very, very prideful and saying, I'm not going to submit to a man, or a man needs to show me he needs to, earn my respect or whatever. Yes, we have a lot of that. But we do have a lot of African American women who are God sent queens, who carry themselves with a lot of respect, a lot of class. That's not seen a lot within the media, and that's on purpose to show our people as being, buffoons and monkeys and shit like that. But there are a lot of queens within the community who, carry themselves with a lot of class, carry
where they
themselves
at?
with a lot of,
What
you know what
where
I'm
they
saying?
at?
So within
Where they at?
that, I can only speak for the African American community. I mean, now my
Where
ex-wife,
they
she's
at?
Korean, I married an Asian. My children are biracial. But the thing is that I'm divorced. But even with her, when I married her, in the beginning, was there respect shown? I don't think so. Our relationship was very crazy. So she was disrespecting me even when we were dating. And did I pay
That's a
attention
red
to the
flag.
signs?
That's a red
Did I
flag.
pay attention to the signs? No, I
can
did
answer
not.
that question. I can answer that question. Fuck
Yeah,
no.
did I pay attention to the signs? No. And I just married her anyway. So the thing is, yeah, you have when it comes to culture, you have when it just comes to that specific person. They're showing you who they are. So when a person show, like Maya Angelou said, when a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. You should believe them.
Yep.
But yeah, when it comes to submission, do I like a woman that submits? Yes. Do I like a woman who shuts up when I'm talking? Yeah. Yeah. I like that. But at the same time, for me, do I sit down and when my lady is talking, do I sit back and listen to her very attentively? Yes. Yes, I do. I give her the same type of respect. I'm not this big ass boogeyman who is living in these Neanderthal type ways and a woman no, it's not like that. But when a woman respects you,
Nigga talking womanese.
huh?
You talking womanese now.
Yeah. When a woman respects you, she'll do anything for you, man. She'll do anything. We don't even have to have a conversation about respect.
But
Why?
Hold on. You just talk about over conversation. Because most women nowadays only gonna respect you when you can do what you can do for them. Conversation is only gonna get you but so damn far.
Exactly.
What
Like
you mean? What you mean as far as conversation?
When it comes to respect, a lot of these women they're going to give you that respect because okay, well, hey, he can give me whatever I want and whatever I need. Period. He's the type of guy that I like. Just like you were saying earlier, they may respect the dude that ain't got no damn job, but because he treats them a certain type of way, oh, they got more respect for this dude than the dude that actually treats them good,
Right.
make sure they all right, and has money.
Right.
And the dude that may not have money, oh well, he treats them a certain way, and it just gives them what they need from that man.
Correct.
So they automatically respect him more than this dude over here who's been doing everything right the right way.
Correct.
You know what I'm
saying? But that's a problem with that specific woman. Whatever issue she has with the guy who has money.
Huh? That's not big right now. You tell me that's not big right now? I've seen a lot of women. That's not big right now.
I never said it wasn't big right now. I said that's what's happening with a specific woman. In that specific case, if you got a woman who shows more respect to a bum than a guy who's giving her the world, then that's that specific woman. Not all women. There's a lot of women who do that, yes. But at the same time, it's case by case. Now, in America, there is a large influx of women who are doing that. Yes. But at the end of the day, you got to blame the man or whatever who's giving the money and giving all that. It's his fault. It's his fault.
What the fuck is that?
It's his fault. Get you another woman. It's millions. It's more women on this planet than men. Get you another.
Smooth. But we're talking about in generalities.
Like I trade in cars. I have no problem with getting another one.
And that's why you riding around here in the Ford Fiesta. Talking about trading in cars and shit.
Nah, but look, I'm gonna piggyback off that shit, and then that's why I asked you to define your definition of a bum, because we got some women out here. I know y'all seen on social media, and I blame social media for letting some of these women think they holier than thou. Okay, you got women that'll sit here and tell us black men that if you're making $100,000, right, that ain't enough for me. I'm looking at this motherfucker like, are you serious? First of all, this is not our 100,000. This is my 100,000. Let me set the record straight on that shit. Because I'm the one that's working for them coins. Secondly, you're gonna sit here and tell me that $100,000 is not gonna, you're not gonna be successful with me making $100,000. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at you like, yo, what the fuck? Do I gotta give you a gold fucking bar for you to be happy? And most of these motherfuckers now, bruh, if you don't even give these, there was one video, dude went and bought a chick a BMW. I know y'all probably seen the shit. The motherfucker looked at the dude like, I don't want this shit.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
Yo,
That was
I was
wild.
like,
Yeah.
yo, are you? And the joint looked like a knot, straight hood
Yeah.
rat. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, whatever happened? See, this is why I said words and shit don't mean nothing to people nowadays. Because to us, we came up from a different breed. We came up old fashioned, just like Doom said. We came up from an era where the man did everything. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. But now it's like when that situation, that whole situation came and went. Like motherfuckers looking at you right now, they be like, well, if he doing all this to me, I'm gonna leash the fuck out of him. And they get away with that shit because guess what? They think just because they give up that box between their legs, they entitled to every fucking thing. And
Well,
I'm like,
that usually does entitle them to everything.
yeah, but let's walk it.
not to me.
That kind of does entitle them to everything.
Well,
Okay,
Grady, I agree. Smooth, I agree with you on that. And Grady, I want to caveat to what you said. You said about the box, but let's be truthful. Okay. All box ain't good box, and the box
you took the words right out my mouth.
That's a fact.
Right out my mouth.
All box ain't good box, and the box that they giving up, 9 times out of 10. Well, look, I'm old dog.
Community. It's probably community box.
Yeah, I'm an old dog. I'm out the streets. I'm happily married.
Yeah, I don't. Old dog.
Yeah, I'm an old dog. Yeah, I'm at home, so I don't know what box is good in these days. Because I don't.
I can give you personal testimonies on which ones are good and not.
So I
know you ain't on here talking because I done seen you give it all up. I done seen you give it all.
You ain't seen me give shit.
I know you not talking.
Nah.
And we will air your ass out shortly.
No, you ain't airing shit out. You ain't airing shit out.
So matter of fact, I've seen both y'all. So shut up.
Oh wow.
I've seen them, but shut up.
Oh, okay.
So you
don't want to hear.
You want to?
I know, bruh.
Please tell me. Please tell me. Please.
Bring
it. Please.
Hey,
please.
Next time, don't get your hoodie calling the fence, nigga. Don't get
your hoodie.
Look.
But
and this dumb motherfucker right
which one?
He up in here watching People's Court when we was trying to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Oh yeah.
Y'all niggas still ended up on the beach.
That was
still ended up on the beach.
This motherfucker been walking Judge Watney and shit. Motherfucker hit the keys running. He had a cake in his hand, drinking shit. Man, me and
watching Judge Mathis and shit.
Man, me and dude trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. This motherfucker here like.
The caveat what you were saying, Grady and Spook. I think, and I'm like I say, I'm an old dog, so I don't know. But have these women who mention that when they bring money into the equation, you got to make this certain much. And all this, just like Doom said, I can agree. All four of us old school. We cut from a different cloth. We old school. Doom just said, a lot of us we had the image of granddaddy going to make the money, coming back, and grandma doing her thing. But a lot of these women can't cook. 2, they don't know how to freaking treat or take care of a man once they get one. 4, they fucking pillow princesses because they don't freaking, when it come down to it and a man gives them that business, because I don't hear none of these chicks saying they dick whoop. I remember back in the day when you had a female whooped, she would jump through hell and fire to get to you.
I don't know about that now. I don't know about that. I still think that's live in effect.
Yeah, I'm still whooping their ass in the bedroom.
You still whooping them? Okay. Yeah. Like I say, I'm an old dog, so I don't know. I don't know.
I'm still putting them in the sharpshooter. Yes,
you put them in the sharpshooter. You got them in the DDT.
Yeah.
But I think, like Raider was saying, when they start mentioning you got to make this certain much, you got to make this certain much. First off, boo boo, what are you making? What is your yearly income? While you trying to check my pockets? And 2, I think it's a lack of they have insecurities because you go back to what you were saying, Smoke, when you talking about protection. Yes, a woman want a man to protect you, but there's women out here that and we all know we didn't go to a situation, we go to a club and another dude holler at our girl and she expects you to freaking step up and handle that. Now, if you got a good woman, first she would protect you before you step up, but she wants to know what you're gonna do in that situation.
Right.
Yeah, she's gonna protect you and make sure you don't go to jail. Because if you start fighting out here in these streets, the cops don't come and arrest you the first thing.
Right.
They ain't no ask no question. They see you a black guy beating up on whoever. They don't put the handcuffs on you. And she up here walking time out. Yeah, my man beat your ass. My man whoop your ass. And you going to jail. And 9 times out of 10, she ain't bailing you out because she ain't got the damn money.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to protection, I think it's certain levels of protection that to be honest, women don't know what kind of protection they want. Because you can give a woman financial protection. You can give her freaking emotional protection. You can give her freaking stability. You know, you can give her security. You can give her all this, and she still don't want it. Because at the end of the day, they want consistency. They don't care if it's bad consistency or good consistency. They want consistency. And when a man comes in and give them consistency of a good thing, like you're giving her stability. Yeah, you stand in a 2-bedroom apartment right now, but I'm paying all the bills.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't working right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to work. You in the house, you know, getting yourself together, doing whatever, you know, the apartment under my name. That's stability, that's financial protection. Right now, I'm at the bottom, but if you stick with me and hold me down and have my back, things will be different.
Well, see, that's the problem. A lot of women got a good thing, but don't want to stick with it. They want a built family, built kingdom now. They don't want to build shit.
Facts.
They don't want to come in and build nothing block by block with you. They want the whole kingdom built, and it's not like that. It's not. And a lot of cats who got the whole kingdom built, they don't want them anyway. They're like, they want a 19-year-old.
No, they don't want a 19-year-old. They want what Doom got. They want a passport brother. They want a female that is gonna be this across the waters. Yeah. They want to, and nothing wrong
with the culture. But the culture, they were raised.
Yeah.
They were raised to be wives. Period.
Yeah.
They were raised already. You don't got to go and deal with all that extra stuff trying to mold the girl. Because if you get you, like you say, some of these little 19, 20-year-olds that guys want here, you got to mold that woman into what you want and what you need here for you at that time. And then you got to worry about her being influenced by the people that she's starting to hang around with, where she go to work. If she decides to work, if she's out here hanging with her friends, all you going to see is, oh, girl, you 19, 20 years old. And you stuck at the house. You don't be going out. You don't be doing all this and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wouldn't have that. All that starts up. Then all of a sudden, you got to deal with your girl starting to talk crazy to you, wondering, well, why am I like this? Why am I like that? Because you're happy. You have everything you can want and need. I give you everything you could want and need. Your security, the purses, the money, the life that you dream of. You know, we going on vacations, cruises. We doing all of that. It's still not good enough for you because your friends over here who actually want to fuck with me any damn way is hating on you, and they trying to get you out the way. So soon as you start tripping, you decide you want to move around and cheat. Guess who in my inbox? Guess who's trying to get at me? Guess who's trying to get that life that you just had?
Yeah.
So
but you know who fault is that, though? But you know who fault is that? You know who fault is that? That's her fault. That's her damn fault. Because like my wife always tell me, and like my grandfather used to tell me, God rest his soul, don't nobody need to know what's going on in your relationship but you and your significant other.
Right.
Don't nobody else need to know going on. What do we always used to say? The right hand don't even know what the left hand doing.
Right.
So I mean, if you keep it between you and your partner and don't get involved, and that's even with married people. My family to this day have no idea what goes on between me and my wife and would never know. And nothing wrong with my people. I love my people to death. But I to the point is that's my business. I'm not in your business. Now, if you call me and say, hey, cuz something going down, this motherfucker put his hands on me, that's a different story now. I'm ready to die. But if you hey, cuz I need a couple dollars, well, I ain't got it. But I'm not gonna sit up here and chit chat with you about my relationship with my wife, because at the end of the day, I look like a dumbass because I'm still with her if I'm telling you all this crazy stuff she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Then
they ain't gonna do nothing but hang up the phone, then call your other cousins and your aunts, tell you, man,
thank
what
you.
You got going on with his
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and you don't be the next topic at the next family function, the next funeral, at the repast. Y'all all be sitting at the table. Girl, let me tell you what cousin Smoot did. Girl, Gary a fool. He's still with that hoe. I told him not to be with that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. The whole family knows your business. So my wife still, she said, damn, why she got to be a hoe?
It is what it is.
That's what they
but
always say, though.
yeah, but that goes on both sides too with these dudes. Look, if you got a side chick and you know that the side chick ain't no never be your main, don't fall in love with your side chick. I don't care how good your pussy is.
I'll never understand that.
I don't care, but that's hard. These dudes be falling in love with their side
I'll
chick
never understand that.
and get fucking caught up. That shit.
Hey, trying to cuff the side chick so she don't be out there doing her own thing. Like, no, you only for me. You just my girl. Hey, bro, that's your side chick. Let her do what she do. She only there for you when you need her. Why are you trying to keep her on the line, trying to tell her like, no, one of these days is, I'm gonna take a cruise with you. I'm gonna take a trip with you. I'm gonna do all this with you and this and that. Selling these pipe dreams. These girls out here thinking, okay, well, shit, he really care about me. He really care about me. Mm-hmm. And then one day, all of a sudden, all that shit come to a head, and now she done showed up at your door, telling your wife like, "No, that's my man you got in there."
Mm-hmm. But you know what? Men are greedy though. We want our cake and eat it too. Men are greedy. We greedy by nature, and we are very ego driven. Our ego is something. We got fragile egos. I mean, anytime me and my wife get into it, she know what to say to get my ego fucking just like, what the fuck? So men are fragile. We are very fragile. But a lot of men don't want to admit it. So, I mean, I know I am. I tell her right now, I'm a hypocrite. I know I'm a hypocrite. Yes, I say one thing and do another. Yes, I'm petty. When I get into an argument with you, I freaking take all of your clothes you gave me and throw them away. I'm petty as hell.
Yeah.
Huh?
I ain't doing that shit. I'm keeping that shit.
That's my wife say I'm ridiculous for doing that. Like we get into an argument, I delete off my phone. I take off my call list and delete her and stuff. She's like, oh yeah. She said, what are you doing? We live together. I'm just being petty. I'm in my feelings. I'm being petty. I don't give a fuck. We live together. I'm just deleting you off of everything.
Wow. Now, do you feel like that's giving off feminine energy, Bird, when you do that? Deleting the phone off and
see, my wife in the back saying yes. She's saying yes. I don't think it is.
When people say that, that's you. That's basically what's always been done when men have feelings, when men express themselves.
Thank you.
It's constantly telling men like, no, you a bitch for having feelings. You soft for having feelings toward anything. When somebody does something to you, you're gonna react. You're gonna feel some type of way about it. Whether it's angry, anxiety, sad, whatever. You're gonna have feelings about it. Yep. So you're telling me that me expressing my feelings and trying to deal with them, whether it's in a constructive way or unconstructive way, you're telling me because I have those feelings, I'm being feminine. So that's ridiculous.
So, Dooms, you sound like maybe you and Bert, you've been doing the same thing Bird been doing. You get in an argument and you delete the guys too. That sounds like a personal problem. Now the thing is this. I, for one, when it comes to displaying emotions, yes, are there some women who don't like it when are there a lot of women who don't like it when men, I guess express their emotions there are some. But I mean, yeah, am I petty? Yeah, I'm petty. But as far as
petty bitch. You
petty. Bitch. You didn't get that motherfucker her furniture back.
But but as far as we get into an argument, I'm going to delete you off the. I'm going to delete you off the phone. I live with you. I'm going to delete you off the phone until I feel better, and then I'm going to add. And then what? You add her back. How does it get? Tell me that process.
Okay, I'll give you a scenario. I'll give you a scenario. Look, and like I said, we've been married going on half a decade. So,
so it ain't like she's going nowhere.
Yeah,
going nowhere. But I'd like to hear.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So a simple scenario. Let's say we disagree on whatever, and 9 times out of 10, I'm wrong, but I'm not gonna admit I'm wrong. Because of my ego, because of me being a man, and sometimes she can be wrong too. Or
you gonna admit when you go to bed? You go to bed, you was wrong.
Facts. Yeah. But like Doom say, I'm a human being. I have emotions. I have feelings, and yes, I'm petty. I told you I'm petty. I'm petty to the third degree. I'm a hypocrite. Yes. So in that time and being, I'm gonna delete you from my phone. I'm gonna do all that. I'm freaking yes. I'm gonna go through all my feelings, and I know I sleep with you. I know you're not going nowhere. But let me process my feelings and my emotions right there and right now. Then I can come to you, be like, okay, yes, what I did was ridiculous. Yes, I'm aware of what my actions is, but but this is how we can move forward. Look, ain't nobody up here. All four of y'all have y'all twerks. I know y'all petty too. I'm aware.
I'm not petty. I'm
Oh,
not petty. I just don't give a fuck. I just don't give a damn.
I'm petty as hell. I call CPS.
I'm not. Oh, wow. Well, hey.
I
Well,
call
that's
ICE.
you call ICE.
Oh yeah.
Man,
I
really,
reported the
dude?
fuck out my ex-wife. Nigga, I reported the shit out of this bitch. Straight up.
Damn, dude.
Look.
Straight up.
That's
I hope she
who
get
got
deported.
everybody in El Salvador right now. Your motherfucking
Hey,
ass got everybody in El Salvador.
I hope they show up to my
This
ex-wife's
motherfucker.
house and pack her ass up and her bastard ass kids. Why their daddies don't want them? Take all their asses over there.
That nigga all of a sudden bought a brand new truck from that reward money his ass got.
Now it sounds like Doom is expressing his emotions, so he's still processing his feelings.
But the point I'm trying to make is if you have those feelings, like there's times where like yeah, you may not be like on a really big argument. You may be just something small, some little thing like that. Like you may have a little feeling about it, and you might let it go, or you may do something about it. But when you have those feelings, if you need to let it out, you need to let it out.
Yeah.
Whether it's constructive or deconstructive. Like you need to understand that, Gary. You need to understand that if I feel like you slighted me in the worst way, it don't matter if you think it's not a big deal. It may be a big deal to me.
Right,
So
right.
I might need to find a way to let that shit out.
Listen,
Nobody gives a shit what your big head ass thinking. Nobody.
Okay, first of
Matter
all,
of fact, back away from the camera so I can see the rest of your head. Back away from the camera.
This shit is all cap. Cause this deer tick head looking motherfucker right here sitting there lying.
Who? Doom lying?
Yes, this motherfucking dog tick head ass nigga lying. Okay, dudes, you really want to go there?
Tell me.
So you
tell me how I'm lying.
Okay, so hold on, goddammit. So you telling me right now, when we was in Fort Hood, that you sat right there, you told me like if your chick said some shit to you, you look at this motherfucker like, who the fuck are you talking to? Or you sitting here, you flexed up on her like, yo, I'm the man of this house. Dudes, I seen you walk out that door many a days. And you was mad and didn't say a goddamn thing.
About
so
who?
You tell it?
Because
I'm not putting no names out there. I'm not putting no names out there.
Because when I knew y'all, I was still married to my first wife.
Okay.
And my first wife, my first wife was when I say fully submissive, I had no issues with her.
Well, why
None.
None. Why you leave?
Not a one. Nigga, I didn't. Nigga, we was married until I got out the first time. We were married all the way to that time. And then we started having our problems because I was out playing ball all the time.
I bet you was.
I was a college basketball player. I was a college basketball player, so I focused on playing basketball all the time. I was still trying to get back into college. So my ex-wife did not like the fact that I was going and doing what I wanted to go do while she was at the house with the kids. And I admitted to her, and I admitted to my ex-wife that I was a terrible husband and I was a terrible father at first, because I was.
She wanted a partner. Yeah, she wanted a partner. Yeah,
I was selfish as hell. I admitted to that.
Hold on. So you put basketball over your wife and your children. That's what you said.
Yeah.
You ain't shit.
But you probably was young when you doing. You were young, weren't you?
Yeah, she was my high school sweetheart. I left college. I was in college playing basketball, and I left college when she got pregnant to join the military to take care of her and the kids.
Yes.
And then I made the All Army basketball team. So my mindset was basketball. I had a chance to go overseas and play basketball. Like my whole mindset was basketball at the time. And she just didn't like the fact that I was focusing on basketball, and I worked. Even when I got out, I still worked. But to her, she was like, "You're doing all this other stuff, and you're not really focusing on us."
Right.
Yeah.
You know what
Do
I'm
you
saying?
do you ever see yourself maybe you and your ex-wife maybe rekindling the flames and
Hell
maybe
no. She bipolar as shit.
oh,
Hey, and that's
okay.
coming from my son. He's like, man,
Mm.
my mama bipolar.
Wow, yo,
That
wow.
that woman off for a
Hey,
rocker.
don't do
No.
that. Don't. No, you know I learned though, man. We can't. We now I'm gonna say this right because I'm guilty of this shit too, man. Like I Smoot, you too. We all guilty of this shit. We gotta stop doing this shit in front of my kids though, talking about their mom. I definitely gotta stop doing that.
I'm not
I
gonna
gotta stop
stop.
doing it.
I'm not
No, I
speak
know.
for
No,
yourself. I'm not gonna
listen,
stop
listen.
doing it.
No,
Okay.
listen, dead ass. Listen, dead ass. I'm serious though. Because for
That,
one,
hey, I salute you, great on that. I
no,
salute
no,
you on
I'm
that.
gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, cause for real, like yo, like them kids already been through enough. They
Yeah.
already traumatized like a mother. Even my kids right now, I gotta put them in therapy, but it's not helping. It's not helping them hear me continuously bash their mom. Even though I said every damn thing in the sun about her, like
Hmm.
it's just I don't get no glorification from the shit. I
Yeah.
don't because at the same time I gotta understand these are my kids' mom. You know what I'm saying? No, whatever she do to me, it's the same way. Whatever she say to me, what the fuck is that?
You good?
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah, you
whatever
good.
she said, yeah, whatever she said to me, to my kids, I can care less. At the end of the day, they gonna look at her and judge her for the words that she used against me, just like they would use for me using against her. You
Exactly.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
And I totally understand that. I totally understand what you're
yeah,
saying. No,
but that bipolar shit for real though. That's some
that
Yeah.
serious shit though.
he no
You know
thing
what I
is
mean?
he brought that to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because I didn't talk about that to my baby mama in front of them. Never did that.
Right.
Never did that. My son came. Why do you think my son's been living with me?
Hmm.
My son's been living with me since like as soon as he could, he moved out, and moved with me
Right.
because of how his mom was acting with him.
Hmm.
Like it had nothing
Same
to
here.
do
Same
with all
here.
that. He saw it. He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna go move with my
Right.
dad." My daughter, my oldest one, stayed with her mom.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that she decided that's what she wanted to do.
Keep a close eye on her
You know?
though. Keep
But
a
see,
close eye on her.
but you also got to understand too. Also have my 16-year-old, my second baby mama's the one we have together, living with me.
Oh wow.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
don't.
I mean,
They tell me about how their mom act. They ask me, about some of the stuff. Like my kids know that my baby mama's cheated on me. They all know.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's they figured it out on their own because I never told them.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when they came and talked to me about it, I was like, "Well, you're an adult now." Like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is what happened.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, my baby mama told my youngest daughter, my 6-year-old, about how she did me because
Oh.
mm.
she sees how her mom is out here with these guys.
Right. Right.
Like
Right.
she's she
Mhm.
she
Yeah.
she
But see,
peeping everything.
that's it.
But see, that's
See,
what
You know what
happened.
I'm
That's
saying?
what happened with
So,
my kids. My kids were seeing their mama flip flopping and different dude here, different dude there, and whatever. And they started
mm,
coming to me asking questions and
Hmm.
stuff. And I'm trying to keep telling them the edited version. I don't want to tell
Yeah.
them the real version, because they little
mm.
ears won't be able to
They
stand it.
sensitive. They sensitive. They
But
sensitive.
Yeah.
they've seen some things, seen some very questionable things that she's done, and then got mad at her. And she had to call me one time, telling me, tell them to quit calling me certain type of derogatory names because of what they saw.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Right.
that's when she put on speakerphone. I told them, even though you might have seen your mom do X, Y, and Z, that's still
Hmm.
your mama, and you
Yeah.
mhm.
still got to respect her. And
Yeah.
that's
Mm-hmm.
I
so.
mean, it's a very hard and thin line when you get the kids involved, and when the kids become a certain age and they start witnessing and seeing things how the parents are. Because in the kids' eyes, their parents will always be on a certain plateau and a certain level. Being that was mom, that was dad. They gave me look. They put clothes on my back. They put freaking food in the house for me. And they gave me everything. I needed them. But when they start seeing these, when you separate and they start seeing these things that, especially when they get to their teenage years, and I blame it on the phones too, because they have these phones and it's a computer, walking computer, so they can Google and they see things on the internet. But when these kids start seeing things, then they come back to the reference point where it's the parent, and at that point, you just got to be honest and real. But like, hey, me and your mom, this what happened. Yes, she did so and so and so and so. I did so and so and so and so. But at the end of the day, like you say, that's still your mom. And I do agree with Grady say we can't exhibit bad behavior or talk bad about them because at the end of the day, that's still their mom. And how they feel about their mom is totally different on how we feel, how y'all feel about your baby mama. Because at the end of the day, I know all three of y'all probably want to piss on y'all baby mama. She can be burning alive right there in front of y'all, and y'all probably wouldn't even freaking piss on her. But
I ain't gonna say it in front of my kids.
Yeah, you ain't gonna say that in front of your kid. But them kids will go through a fucking burning house to save their mama.
Because I swear to God, I'll be Stevie Wonder as hell.
Yeah, so them kids would do, you know, because my wife tell me this all the time. A mother's first heartbreak is her kids. That's her first heartbreak, because when that kid does something traumatic, it crushes the mom. Dad is totally different. Totally different. Your son can go out there and he can get caught up in some trouble. As from a man and a dad perspective, you look at it different. Okay, you got your ass kicked by the neighborhood bullies in the neighborhood, son. Okay, come on, put these gloves on. I'm gonna show you how to throw this left hook, this right hook. Then if they jump your ass, you pick up a pipe and just start swinging. That's how that's how dads look. You know, with my daughter, I'm constantly telling her, watch out for these freaking bums out here. Watch out for these men that ain't got shit going for them and just want to use you because you have everything. You a registered nurse. You got your own car. You know, you don't really need nobody right now. But watch out for these dudes who just want to hook onto your ride. So when it comes to their mom, though, you can be a crackheaded mom. You can be on the street. You can be the worst mom in the world. And these kids would still love their mom. We didn't see it on the NFL draft. Me and Grady seen it. Every time a freaking person got drafted, I want to thank my mama. I want to thank my mama. And they mama is sitting there, no teeth and all, crying. I never was in this life. I was on the streets.
Man, never said about their dad.
Don't say shit about the damn daddy.
The one that trained them, taught them everything.
Thank you. Don't say shit about the damn daddy. But and that's every freaking player that got drafted. The first thing they say, I want to thank God and I want to thank my mama. So I mean, so my wife said they do have a life because of their mom, which is understandable. But like Deion Sanders said this. He said when he went out and recruited players, he always recruited offensive linemen and defensive tackles that came from single moms. He said why? Because they had that dog in them, and they know I got to make it to the NFL to support my mama. Fuck that. I got to make it to the NFL to support my mama. So I think we just, when it comes to this, and even with this, me and my middle son talked about this because his dad is still in his life and has always been in his life, but you know, he still looks at me as a father figure too. So he said, you know, I have two dads. You know, I got you and I got my real dad. And I said, at the end of the day, that's still your dad regardless.
Right.
That's still your dad. I said, I'm just was here to make sure you was good and give you a stable foundation and give you some structure. And if you need anything, but at the end of the day, that's still your blood. That's still your dad. And that's still your mom. So that's still your mom too. I mean, so you just gotta, I just tell you, you just gotta remember that regardless of what she says or how she treats you, they still don't be your mama. And you only got one mama. So, I mean, I agree. I think that was big of you because I know how you and your ex are. You know, I was there. Yeah, that was real big of you. I was there with you and Tony when I used to hang out with y'all back in our DC days. So I know how y'all relationship was. So I think that's real big of you freaking saying that, you know, when it comes to her, you just want to not talk bad about her in front of the kids. And I salute you for going to get the kids therapy too, because that's something that a lot of black parents don't do. Kids need therapy.
I put it to you like this, man. Like the situation that they went through, man, it ain't nothing about me, man. It ain't about her, it's about them. You know?
You're right.
So with me, I like, just give you a little rundown on my shit. Like I went through a lot of shit trying to make sure that my kids are safe, you know what I mean? And would I do that shit again at the drop of a dime? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what people don't see from, especially men, but from black men. They don't see the links that we go through for IC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll do that shit with no problem. I'm not gonna complain. It's besides when I went with just like 5-6 hours of sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I gotta keep running. I feel like I always gotta keep running because not only do I gotta take care of myself, I gotta take care of other mouths. You know what I mean? And then the whole responsibility thing just leveled up on me because now I took that off of her. And I didn't take it off of her just to be like, you know, like callous or whatever, but there was a situation where I had to react, and I did, and I'm glad I did, because you got a lot of kids out here right now, just like my children, that can't say nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're no longer here. But
Yeah.
with my situation, I refuse to do that because I took the high road. But most importantly, I took that direction to where my kids see me in a different light than what their mom told me.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Man, I think we had another good show. Doom, as usual. Thank you for coming through.
Appreciate
You know,
you.
I think you had some freedom to speak because we didn't have nobody coming at you this time.
See, that was coming.
So, yeah.
She was trying, boy. She was trying.
Yeah.
I sent her the link.
Look at Messi over there. Oh, Messi boots.
I sent her the link. She didn't even view that joint. I was like, man, Doom must got her. Doom showed her who was submissive. All right? He showed her who was submissive. Nah, man, I appreciate y'all, man, for real, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that we put out there that we need to get out there, but most important, we need to recognize what's really going on. And I'm glad that we did recognize that this is gonna be an ongoing discussion. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But we just gotta do what's good for us and our family, and just stick. Hopefully, people that can listen to us and make a reflect on what we got going on, because everything that we do, it may not be good, it may not be bad, but at the same time, we all can reflect.
Yeah, it fits us. I mean, we're all four different gentlemen that have different scenarios, and we're different in our lives at different times in our places. And I think what we do, it fits for our life. You know, what is for you is for you, and what is not for you is not for you. What Smoot got going on ain't for me, because Smoot got his own path, and what Doom got going on ain't for me, and ain't same with you, Grady. So I think what we each got going on our own individual lives, it fits our path and it fits our destiny. So I mean, I salute y'all, gentlemen. I know Mr. Smoot over there is glowing because I could give credit to his baby. He say his boo thing got him glowing over there, got him looking like freaking motion lotion and cocoa butter. He just cheesing. Get us just smiling and happy, so they look like a man that's in a happy relationship over there.
Yeah. Little young Cisco looking at it, nigga.
Yeah. Hey man. Well, since you got to close out, man, in the spirit of everything, Bird, I see you got the shirt on, so it's more perfect that we play this for you, though, Bird. You got it. You got the shirt on.
Hey, and Cinco de Mayo is Monday. So Cinco de Mayo is Monday.
Hey, don't get drunk. Hey, don't get drunk and get pulled over.
This is true. The popo is out there, so be careful. So, as usual, ladies and gentlemen, we had another wonderful show. I'd like to say thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you all the followers and subscribers. Doom, yes, I see that your Eagles won the Super Bowl. I see it over there. Yeah, I see you, Doom. You know what? We don't. No, okay, that's what we don't do for him. Yeah. We'd like to thank y'all for tuning in. We'd like to thank y'all for coming by. Please follow, subscribe. We got the YouTube. We got the Facebook going on. Keep y'all in our prayers. What y'all gentlemen doing this weekend? I got a lot of stuff playing. I got a busy weekend.
Work, my boy, gotta work. Gotta get these coins. Gotta support.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm headed out to New Mexico tomorrow to go to work. You know what I'm saying? I've been off for a couple of months, so hey, when y'all let me know when y'all doing this, I'm available. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, are you going to work? Hey, are you going to work, or you going to there for some other shit in New Mexico?
I'm in the oil field, baby. That's where the work is at.
Oh yeah, he in the oil field. Yeah.
Hey, look here, Vaughn. I'm gonna need 4 minutes. Okay? I need 4 minutes. What you gotta do?
There you go. He called this man Avant.
What he did say is this what that motherfucker used to who was in City Lights and shit. Yeah, he ain't tell you that shit. That nigga look like this. We couldn't get in no club because that motherfucker wearing that shit. Nowhere. And he was defiant with them shit too. Like, man, this shit go on. No, nigga, you gonna sit in the car. Sit your ass in the car. You gonna sit in the car.
He's going to the club dressed like he's going.
Oh my God.
Nigga just mad because I meet the high requirements to get in. Nigga, y'all little short boy.
Oh wow.
Hey, it don't matter though, baby. It don't matter. Guess what? Me and Gary left with something. All thing you left with was a pork chop sandwich. That's all you left with. We left with something.
I wasn't doing that. I was having a mine.
Oh Lord.
There you go.
But anyway, y'all reminisce about that next show. I like to thank y'all fellas for coming through. Mr. Michael Grady, Mr. Gary Smoot, Doom as usual. Thank you for stopping
yes,
by.
sir.
Boom.
I'm your one and only Mr. Bird. I'll holler at y'all later. Thank you for coming. And this was the formula. Peace out, people.
Bye.
All right, peace.
Peace.